Rambo is a 2008 American war action film co-written and directed by Sylvester Stallone. A sequel to Rambo 3, 1988, it is the fourth installment in the Rambo film series based on the character created by author David Morrell. Stallone stars as John Rambo, who leads a group of mercenaries into Burma to rescue Christian missionaries who have been kidnapped by a local infantry unit. The film co-stars Julie Benz, Paul Scholes, Matthew Marsden, Rhea McTavish, Ray Gallegos, Tim Kong, Jake LaBatz, Mong Kin, and Ken Howard. Rambo is dedicated to the memory of Richard Crenna, died in 2003, who had played Colonel Sam Troutman in the previous films. The rights to the Rambo franchise were sold to Miramax Films in 1997 after Carolco Pictures went bankrupt. Miramax intended to produce a fourth film, but Stallone was unmotivated to reprise the role. The rights were then sold to New Image and Millennium Films in 2005, who greenlit the film before the release of Rocky Balboa, 2006. Filming began in Thailand, Mexico, and the United States in January 2007 and ended that May. Rambo was theatrically released in the United States by Lionsgate Films and the Weinstein Company on January 25, 2008, and in Germany by Warner Bros. Pictures on February 14. It received mixed reviews, with praise aimed at Stallone's direction and performance, action sequences, and musical score, but criticism for its plot, excessively graphic violence, and political commentary. At the box office, it grossed $113.2 million worldwide against a production budget between $47.5 to $50 million. The film was followed by Rambo: Last Blood, released in 2019. Plot: during the political protests of the Saffron Revolution in Burma, ruthless SPDC officer Major Pa T Tid leads his Burmese army forces in a campaign of fear. His soldiers pillage settlements, sadistically slaughter innocents, abduct teenage boys to be drafted, and hold women hostage to be raped as sex slaves. Meanwhile, 20 years after the events in Afghanistan, Vietnam War veteran John Rambo lives in Thailand, making a living as a snake catcher and boatman. He is approached by a group of missionary doctors from Colorado, led by Michael Burnett and his fiancée Sarah Miller, for a job to ferry them up the Salween River into Burma. They are on a humanitarian mission to provide medical aid to a village inhabited by the Karen people. Rambo initially refuses multiple times to take the group, but Sarah convinces him to help them. On the way, the boat is stopped by pirates, who demand Sarah in exchange for passage. Rambo quickly kills them, shocking the group. He drops them off at their destination and leaves. On his way back to Thailand, he destroys the pirates' boat, while having flashbacks of the previous night's action. Shortly after the missionaries' arrival, tense forces raze the village and massacre the villagers, then capture Sarah, Michael, and other survivors. Back in Thailand, Rambo is hired to transport mercenaries on a mission to rescue the missionaries. Rambo takes them to the drop-off point and offers to help, but his offer is rejected by team leader Lewis, a former SAS soldier. Nyent, a Karen rebel familiar with the area, leads the mercenaries to the village. As they survey the damage, a squad of 10 soldiers return. The soldiers sadistically force a group of prisoners to navigate a minefield for their entertainment. Rambo arrives and kills the Burmese soldiers with his bow and arrow. Rambo joins the mercenaries, and they make their way to Tent's camp at night, where they stealthily rescue the surviving prisoners. The following day, Tent and his soldiers pursue Rambo and the group. Rambo kills some of them by detonating an unexploded tallboy bomb with a claymore mine obtained from Schoolboy, the mercenary's sniper. The pursuers fire mortars, injuring Lewis, and capture everyone except Rambo, Sarah, and Schoolboy. As the soldiers prepare to execute the captives, Rambo guns them down with an M2 Browning-equipped technical. The mercenaries rearm themselves and re-engage their pursuers. The Karen rebels, led by Meant, joined the fight, eventually overwhelming 10th soldiers and their naval forces. Two of the mercenaries, Inju and Diaz, are killed in the fight. His Tabito forces wiped out. 10 attempts to flee, but Rambo intercepts and disembowels him. In the aftermath, Rambo, inspired by Sarah's words, returns to the United States to visit his father at his home in Bowie, Arizona. Kenneth Joseph Howard Jr., March 28, 1944 to March 23, 2016, was an American actor. He was known for his roles as Thomas Jefferson in 1776, 1972, and as high school basketball coach and former Chicago Bulls player Ken Reeves in the television show The White Shadow, 1978 to 1981. Howard won the Tony Award for Best Featured Actor in a Play in 1970 for his performance in Child's Play, and won the Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Miniseries or a Movie for his work in Grey Gardens, 2009. Howard had co-starring roles in the films Tell Me That You Love Me, Judy Moon, 1970, Such Good Friends, 1971, and The Strange Vengeance of Rosalie, 1972. In the 1980s, he worked mostly in television, winning a Daytime Emmy Award for the CBS afternoon special The Body Human, Facts for Boys, 1980. He later appeared in numerous character parts in films such as Clear and Present Danger, 1994, The Net, 1995, Michael Clayton, 2007, and The Judge, 2014. Howard was elected president of the Actors Union, Screen Actors Guild, SAG, in September 2009, won, and re-elected to a second term in September 2011. 2. He was the last president of the Screen Actors Guild and the first president of the newly combined SAG-AFTRA Union, after the Screen Actors Guild and the American Federation of Television and Radio Artists, AFTRA, voted to merge in 2012. He was re-elected in 2015. 3. Early life. Howard was born on March 28, 1944, in El Centro, California, the son of Martha Carey, née McDonald, and Kenneth Joseph Howard, a stockbroker 5, being the elder of their 2 sons. His younger brother, the late Don Howard, was also an actor and director. 6'7", his approximately 6 foot 6 inch, 1.98 m, stature earned him the nickname, Stork, as a high school student. He grew up in Manhasset, New York, on Long Island. 8. The nickname, The White Shadow, was given to him by the Long Island Press in 1961, as, at age 17, Howard was the only white starter on the Manhasset High School varsity basketball team. 9. A member of the National Honor Society in high school, Howard turned down several offers of basketball scholarships in favor of a more focused academic education. He graduated in 1966 from Amherst College, where he served as captain of the basketball team. 10. He was also a member of the a cappella singing group The Zombies. He attended the Yale School of Drama, but left to make his Broadway debut before completing his master's degree, 11, which he achieved in 1999. Theater. Howard began his career on Broadway in Promises with Jerry Orbach. In 1970, he won a Tony Award as Best Supporting or Featured Actor, Dramatic, for Child's Play. Howard later starred on Broadway as Thomas Jefferson in 1776, and reprised the role in the 1972 film. His other Broadway appearances included Seesaw in 1973 and The Norman Conquests. Howard portrayed several U.S. presidents in the 1975 Broadway musical 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue and appeared as Warren G. Harding in Camping with Henry and Tom in 1995. 12. He appeared in legitimate theater in many cities, most recently as Tip O'Neill in a one-man show According to Tip, at the New Repertory Theater in Watertown, Massachusetts. 13. Television. On television, Howard appeared as Ken Reeves, a Los Angeles high school basketball coach, in The White Shadow, produced by Bruce Paltrow in 1978. Howard had the starring role in the 1973 TV series Adam's Rib opposite his good friend, and Paltrow's wife, Blythe Danner, who also played wife Martha to his Thomas Jefferson in the film version of 1776. He starred in The Manhunter, a crime drama that was part of CBS's lineup for the 1974-75 television season. Howard starred in the TV movie Father Damien in 1980, in which he replaced David Jansen in the title role after Jansen died a few days after the movie started production, and won a Daytime Emmy Award in 1981 for his performance as the ideal father in the CBS afternoon special The Body Human, Facts for Boys. Howard's additional credits included Sidney Sheldon's Rage of Angels, 1983, the 2000 miniseries Perfect Murder, Perfect Town, and the feature film Dreamer, inspired by a true story, both co-starring Chris Christopherson. He played the title character in the 1984 American Playhouse production of Mark Twain's Pudhead Wilson, having earlier played Twain on Bonanza. Later, he appeared as Garrett Boydston in Dynasty, and its spin-off The Colbys. In the late 1980s, he appeared on Murder, She Wrote, and, from 2001-04, in Crossing Jordan as the title character's father. In 2007, he appeared in the Jimmy Smith series Kane. Howard guest starred on numerous television dramas. He was guest villain in Heart to Heart Returns, a 1993 made-for-TV movie. He also appeared in Season 1 of The West Wing, as President Bartlett's first choice for U.S. Supreme Court Justice in the episode. The short list. His other dramatic guest roles included NYPD Blue, The Practice, Boston Legal, Cold Case, Dirty Sexy Money, Eli Stone, Brothers and Sisters, Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Fairly Legal, Crossing Jordan, The Closer, Blue Bloods, The Golden Girls, The Office, and 30 Rock. Film. Howard made his movie debut in 1970, in Tell Me That You Love Me, Judy Moon, opposite Liza Minnelli. Numerous dramatic and comedic movie roles followed, including Otto Preminger's Such Good Friends with Diane Cannon and Jennifer O'Neill, 1776, The Strange Vengeance of Rosalie, Independence, Second Thoughts, Oscar with Sylvester Stallone in 1991, Ulterior Motives, Clear and Present Danger with Harrison Ford in 1994, The Net with Sandra Bullock in 1995, Tactical Assault, Dreamer, inspired by a true story, and In Her Shoes in 2005. In 2007, Howard appeared again with Stallone in Rambo, and in George Clooney's Michael Clayton. In 2010, he starred in The Numbers Game with Stephen Bauer. He next appeared as Harlan F. Stone in Clint Eastwood's J. Edgar. He gave an acclaimed performance as Phelan Beale in the 2009 HBO film Grey Gardens, playing opposite Jessica Lange, for which he received an Emmy Award. 14. His last films were Better Living Through Chemistry, 2013, A.C.O.D, 2013, The Judge, 2014, The Wedding Ringer, 2015, and the biographical comedy drama film Joy, 2015. Ken Howard was elected the national president of the Screen Actors Guild on September 24, 2009. Sylvester Gardenzio, Sly, Stallone, /Stallone/, born July 6, 1946, is an American actor and filmmaker. In a film career spanning more than 50 years, Stallone has received numerous accolades, including a Golden Globe Award and a Critics' Choice Award, as well as nominations for 3 Academy Awards and 2 BAFTA Awards. Stallone is one of only 2 actors in history, alongside Harrison Ford, to have starred in a box office #1 film across 6 consecutive decades. 1, 2, films in which he has appeared have grossed over $7.5 billion worldwide. 3. struggling as an actor for a number of years upon moving to New York City in 1969. Stallone found gradual work in films such as The Lures of Flatbush, 1974. He achieved his greatest critical and commercial success starting in 1976 with his iconic role as boxer Rocky Balboa in the first film of the successful Rocky franchise, which he also wrote. In 1977, he became the third actor in history to be nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Best Original Screenplay and Best Actor. He portrayed the PTSD-plagued soldier John Rambo in First Blood, 1982, a role he would play across 5 Rambo films, 1982 to 2019. He received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1984. From the mid-1980s to the late 1990s, Stallone would go on to become one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors, acting in action films such as Cobra, 1986, Tango and Cash, 1989, Cliffhanger, 1993, Demolition Man, 1993, and The Specialist, 1994. At the height of his career, Stallone was known for his rivalry with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Stallone continued his established roles in Rocky Balboa, 2006, and Rambo, 2008, before launching the Expendables film franchise, 2010, present, in which he starred as the mercenary Barney Ross. In 2013, he starred in the successful film Escape Plan and appeared in its sequels. In 2015, he returned to Rocky again with Creed, in which a retired Rocky mentors former rival Apollo Creed's son Donnie Creed. The film brought Stallone widespread praise and his first Golden Globe Award, as well as a 3rd Academy Award nomination, having been first nominated for the same role 40 years prior. He also starred in the sequel Creed II, 2018, and portrayed Stakar Ogord in the Marvel Cinematic Universe films Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, 2017, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, 2023. Regarded as an icon of action cinema, Stallone is credited with helping redefine the Hollywood action hero. 6, 7, 8. He has occasionally ventured from the action genre, with mixed results. He starred in the comedies Oscar, 1991, and Stop! Or My Mom Will Shoot, 1992, both of which had modest success. He also starred in the 1997 drama Copland, for which he temporarily shed his sculpted physique and gained weight for his role as a powerless sheriff. In television, he has starred in the Paramount Plus crime series Tulsa King 2022, present. In addition to his film work, Stallone is a noted art collector and painter, and has written books on fitness, early life and education. Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone, 9-10-11, was born in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood of New York City's Manhattan Borough, 12, on July 6, 1946, 13, the elder son of celebrity astrologer and women's professional wrestling promoter Jackie Stallone, née Labelfish, 1921-2020, and hairdresser Francesco Frank Stallone Sr., 1919-2011, 15, who opened up and ran a group of hair salons in Maryland and was an avid polo player. 16, his mother was an American from Washington, D.C., with Breton French, 17, and Ukrainian Jewish ancestry, 18, 19, 20, while his father was an Italian immigrant from Gioia del Colle, 15, who moved to the U.S. in the 1930s, 21, 22, his younger brother is actor and musician Frank Stallone, 15, many biographies of Stallone indicate that his birth name is Michael Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone, and his mother explained in an interview that she originally named him Tyrone, because she admired the actor Tyrone Power, but Stallone's father changed it to Sylvester. His nickname as a child was Binky, but he chose to go by the nickname of Mike/Michael after schoolmates began calling him Stinky. 9, 10, 11. His middle name, Gaudenzio, is an alteration of the Italian given name, Gaudenzio, and he usually shortened it to Enzio. 23. Complications during Stallone's birth forced his mother's obstetricians to use 2 pairs of forceps while delivering him, accidentally severing a nerve in the process. 24, 25. This caused paralysis of the lower left side of his face, including parts of his lip, tongue, and chin, which gave him his signature snarling look and slurred speech. 25, 26. As a result, he was bullied in his childhood, with which he coped by getting into bodybuilding and acting. 27. A guidance counselor once told Stallone's mother, "Your son is suited to run a sorting machine or to be an assistant electrician, primarily in the area of elevator operations." Nevertheless, Sylvester aspired to be an actor and a screenwriter. 28. Stallone spent part of his infancy in foster and boarding care, rejoining and moving back with his family to Maryland when he was 5. In the early 1950s, his father moved the family to his mother's native Washington, D.C. to open a beauty school. In 1954, his mother opened a women's gym called Barbella's. 29, 30. He initially stayed with his father following his parents' divorce when he was 11, but joined his remarried mother in Philadelphia when he was 15. 31. At one point, Stallone was voted most likely to end up in the electric chair. In high school, wink with a frown. 32. Nevertheless, Stallone attended Notre Dame Academy and Abraham Lincoln High School in Philadelphia. 33. And Charlotte Hall Military Academy in Charlotte Hall, Maryland, prior to attending Miami-Dade College. 34. He spent 2 years, from September 1965 to June 1967, at the American College of Switzerland. He returned to the United States to study as a drama major at the University of Miami from 1967 to 1969, but did not graduate. 35. Decades later, actor Stallone's request that his acting and life experiences be accepted in exchange for his remaining needed college credits to graduate, he was granted a Bachelor of Fine Arts (BFA) degree by the University of Miami in 1998. Graham McTavish, born January 4, 1961, is a Scottish actor and author. He is known for his roles as Dwalin in the Hobbit film trilogy, the Saint of Killers in the AMC series Preacher, Dougal Mackenzie, and William Buckley Mackenzie in the Star series Outlander, and Harold Westerling in the HBO series House of the Dragon. He is also known for his roles in the video game franchise Uncharted, as the main antagonist Zoran Lazarevic in Uncharted 2, Among Thieves, and Charlie Cutter in Uncharted 3, Drake's Deception. Graham is proud of his Scottish heritage and a member of Clan McTavish. 1. In 2020, McTavish and Outlander co-star Sam Heughan co-wrote Clanlands, Whiskey, Warfare, and a Scottish adventure like no other, which hit number 1 on the New York Times bestseller list for hardcover nonfiction, and for combined print and ebook nonfiction. 2. Early life. McTavish was born January 4, 1961, in Glasgow, Scotland. 3. 4. He is the son of Alec and Ellen McTavish. The family, especially his father, was politically active, and political discourse was common in their household. His family left Glasgow when McTavish was a child, and throughout his adult life, he has lived in places such as Canada, the United States, and England before settling in New Zealand. 5. 6. During school, McTavish and a friend would write and perform comedy sketches, which led to his drama teacher asking him to step in to cover a role in Sheridan's The Rivals after the principal actor became ill. He went on to attend Queen Mary University of London, earning a degree in English literature. This degree course allowed him to perform in 3 Shakespeare plays per year while at school, and led to McTavish earning his equity card after performing in a play by Samuel Beckett. 7. Career. Early in his career, McTavish did theater work with the repertory theaters of London's West End, and at the Dundee Rep with colleagues, that included Jimmy Logan and Robert Robertson. 5. 7. Television. McTavish's first professional role, in 1986, was in Episode 2 of Walt Disney's miniseries Return to Treasure Island. 8. He next featured in 1988's Freedom Fighter, aka Wall of Tyranny, which was broadcast on ITV and starred Tony Danza as a man who helped those living in East Berlin cross the Berlin Wall. 9. Popular fantasy adventure series Highlander, which centered on an immortal man tasked with fighting evil, saw McTavish in the series' 4-episode, Judgment Day, in 1996, and the television film Merlin saw him co-star as Ringle in 1998. 10. 11. Between 1998 and 1999, he went on to appear in several episodic television series, including a 3-part episode of ITV's Glasgow-based crime drama Taggart, BBC One medical drama Casualty, BBC Two's sci-fi sitcom Red Dwarf, and ITV's police drama Heartbeat. 12, 13, 14, 15. In 2000, McTavish guest starred in ITV's miniseries The Stretch, a 2-part crime drama centering on crime boss Terry Green and his wife Sam. 16, 17. The next year guest starred on a Series 2 episode of BBC One's long-running medical drama Doctors. 18. In 2002, he had guest spots on BBC One's comedy Celeb, ITV's crime drama Rose and Maloney, and ABC's fantasy miniseries Dinotopia. 19, 20, 21. The following year he featured in an episode of ITV's mystery drama Rosemary and Thyme, 3 episodes of ITV's gangster drama Family, and 2 episodes of BBC's miniseries The Last King, aka Charles II, The Power and the Passion. 22, 23, 24, 25. BBC's crime drama Murphy's Law, 2004. A serial revolving around an undercover police officer in London, saw McTavish guest star in the series' 2 episode, Bad Mood on the Rise, followed by a turn as Captain James Stagg in BBC's made-for-TV film D-Day 6 June 1944. 26. Graham McTavish, R., and Gary Lewis, L., respond to questions during their panel at an Outlander convention in August 2018. McTavish returned to the crime drama Taggart in 2005's episode, Line Over Matter, and to medical drama Casualty in the series' 19 episode, Baby Love. 27, 28. That same year, he was cast in 2 separate series based upon events from the rise of the Roman Empire. First was a 5-episode role as General Rapax in ABC's miniseries Empire, which chronicled Octavius, who would become Emperor Augustus. 29. Second was a 2-episode stint as Urbo in HBO's Golden Globe-nominated series Rome. 30, 31, 32. He went on to a recurring role in ITV's police procedural drama, The Bill. 33. McTavish finished out the year by starring in 2 television films, Good Girl, Bad Girl, the story of a set of twins who tangle with a drug dealer, and Sharp's Challenge, a drama surrounding a British soldier, Sean Bean, during the Napoleonic Wars. 34. 2007 saw McTavish feature in numerous episodic television productions. He portrayed the Dark Spirit in a 3-episode guest appearance on CBS's web series Ghost Whisperer, The Other Side, which explored the world through the ghost's perspective. The series is a spin-off of their supernatural series Ghost Whisperer. 35. From there, he had guest appearances in BBC One's dramas Jekyll and New Tricks, ITV's medical drama The Royal, CBS's FBI-centered drama Num 3RS, police procedural NCIS, and family drama Kane. 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. The next year he landed the role of Ferguson in the 4th season of Fox's popular drama Prison Break. 42. In the 4th season of ABC's hit science fiction series Lost, McTavish guest starred as Desmond's drill sergeant. 43. He also appeared in ABC's supernatural thriller Pushing Daisies and CBS's crime drama CSI, Miami. 44. 45. In 2009, McTavish returned to CBS for a guest starring role, opposite Jennifer Love Hewitt, in the supernatural drama Ghost Whisperer. 46. McTavish portrayed Russian Foreign Minister Mikhail Novakovich in a 7-episode stint on Fox's hit series 24 in 2010. 47. He went on to appear in an episode of Fox's action comedy series The Good Guys, which revolves around two detectives stuck solving small crimes. 48. In September 2013, it was announced that he had been cast as Duval McKenzie, or Chief of the McKenzie Clan, in Starz' time travel drama series Outlander. The series is an adaptation of the best-selling novels by author Diana Gabaldon and premiered on August 9, 2014 to positive reviews from both critics and television audiences. 49. 50. McTavish would reprise the role throughout seasons 1 and 2. 51. In 2016, McTavish landed the recurring role of William Money, the Saint of Killers in AMC's drama Preacher, which is based upon Garth Ennis and Steve Dillon's comic book series of the same name. 52. 53. 54. 2018 saw McTavish feature in the recurring role of Andrew McGregor in USA Network science fiction series Colony, which explores Earth after an alien attack. 55. Season 4 of the Netflix drama Lucifer, with McTavish in the recurring role of Father Kinley, debuted in 2019. The series was based upon Neil Gaiman's Lucifer character from the Sandman comics. 56. 57. McTavish returned to Outlander in 2020, in a surprise appearance as William Buckley McKenzie, the son of Duval McKenzie and Gillis Duncan, Laude Verbeek. 58. Later that year, he and Outlander co-star Sam Heughan announced that Starz had ordered 8 episodes of the travel documentary Men in Kilts, a road trip with Sam and Graham, and it premiered in February 2021. 59. The show's second season premiered in August 2023, exploring McTavish's adopted home of New Zealand. In 2021, McTavish also joined the cast of Netflix's fantasy drama, The Witcher, based upon author Andrzej Sapkowski's book series, as Master Spy and Redanian Intelligence Head Sigismund Dijkstra. 60. 61. Film. For Queen and Country, 1988. A social drama from director Martin Stellman, featured McTavish opposite Denzel Washington in his first professional film role. 62. The next year, he had a small part in Terry Jones' mythological comedy Eric the Viking, which was written and performed in the style of a Monty Python film. 63. Working once again with Jones, McTavish portrayed a drunken weasel in 1990 SIX's Mr. Toad's Wild Ride, an adaptation of Kenneth Grahame's children's classic The Wind in the Willows. 64. He went on to star in director Jeremy Freeston's 1997 adaptation of Shakespeare's Macbeth, opposite Jason Connery. McTavish performed in 2 documentaries on Shakespearean works in 1997. The first was Cromwell Productions' King Lear, a critical guide, where he portrayed Albany. Second was Julius Caesar, a critical guide, where he portrayed Brutus. 65. 66. He continued with Shakespeare in 1999 by portraying the Duke of Albany in King Lear, opposite Brian Blessed. 67. McTavish listens to an audience question during his panel at the Calgary Expo 2015. McTavish's next feature film was 2002's Ollie G and House, where he portrayed a customs officer, followed by 2003's Dot the Eye, where he portrayed a detective opposite Tom Hardy. 68. 69. He went on to portray a submarine captain in director Jan de Bont's Lara Croft Tomb Raider, The Cradle of Life. 70. The next year he was featured in Buena Vista Pictures' action-adventure film King Arthur. 71. In 2008, McTavish starred opposite Sylvester Stallone in Rambo, the 4th film in the franchise based upon David Morrell's 1972 novel First Blood. 72. His next film, director Richard Welling's Thomas comedy Sisterhood, saw McTavish in the role of Martin. 73. 2009 saw several film roles for McTavish, including prison drama Green Street 2, independent horror film Penance, Jason Connery's thriller Pandemic, and the dramatic comedy Middle Men, opposite Luke Wilson. 74, 75, 76, 77, 78. In 2010, McTavish had a supporting role in Disney's Secretariat, based upon the true story of Penny Chenery and the racehorse, who would win the first American Triple Crown in 25 years. He would go on to feature in The Wicker Tree, 2011, Robin Hardy's sequel to his 1973 film The Wicker Man, and Sony Pictures action film Colombiana, opposite Zoe Saldana. 79, 80. Between 2012 and 2014, he portrayed the dwarf Dwalin in director Peter Jackson's Empire Award-winning The Hobbit trilogy. 81, 82. McTavish completed 2014 with a supporting role in the action-adventure film Plastic, opposite Ed Speleers, and director Jonathan King's independent sci-fi thriller RLIT. 83, 84. The next year he portrayed Ricky Conlon, Tony Bellew, as boxing trainer Tommy Holliday in Creed, the seventh film in the Rocky franchise. 85. Disney's The Finest Hours, based upon the true story of a daring Coast Guard rescue in 1952, saw McTavish co-star opposite Chris Pine and Eric Bana in 2016. 86. He then appeared, as himself, in director Yaniv Roca's documentary Queen Meanie, which recounted the life of a homeless woman in Santa Monica, California. 87. In 2017, McTavish starred in director Neil Johnson's Western thriller The Stolen, followed by a cameo as King Adlan in the DC Comics / Warner Brothers film Aquaman. 88, 89, 90. Director Adam Seigel's independent film Sargasso saw McTavish in a starring role in early 2019. 91. Later that same year, it was announced that McTavish would star, opposite Anne Heche, in Spectre Pictures' upcoming horror thriller Chasing Nightmares. 92, 93. McTavish is currently working on his directorial debut, titled This Guest of Summer, which was partially funded through Indiegogo, a crowdfunding platform. Besides directing, he will also star in the film alongside fellow Outlander alumni Stephen Walters and Duncan LaCroix and fellow Hobbit alumni Dino Gorman and Adam Brown. 94, 95. Voice work. McTavish has done extensive voice work in animated series, films, and video games. Animation and films. McTavish's first voice work was in the recurring role of Sebastian Shaw in the Marvel Comics series Wolverine and the X-Men. 96. McTavish continued in the Marvel Universe by portraying the villain Loki in the direct-to-video animated feature Hulk vs. and the Disney XD animated series The Avengers, Earth's Mightiest Heroes. 97, 98. In 2010, he portrayed the lead role of Dante in Dante's Inferno, an animated epic, opposite Mark Hamill. The direct-to-video feature was a companion piece to Electronic Arts' video game Dante's Inferno, which was based upon Dante Alighieri's 14th-century epic poem Divine Comedy.